In the context of digital devices like computers, smartphones, tablets, and even entire networks, hacking refers to actions that aim to breach those systems. Even though hacking may not always have malicious intent, in modern times the majority of references to the subject refer to hackers and describe their illegal activity as being carried out by cybercriminals for a variety of reasons, including monetary gain, social protest, information gathering, spying, or even just for the fun of the challenge. Many people mistakenly believe that the term hacker describes a self-taught genius or rogue programmer adept at altering computer hardware or software so that it can be utilized contrary to the original designer's intended purposes. But this is a limited perspective that doesn't even begin to cover the huge range of motivations that lead someone to hack. Typically, hacking is of a technical nature, like creating malvertising that deposits malware in a drive-by attack requiring no user interaction. However, hackers can also manipulate a user's psychology to persuade them to open a harmful attachment or divulge sensitive information. Social engineering is the term used to describe these strategies. In fact, it's true to describe hacking as the activity that drives the majority, if not all, harmful cyberattacks against the general public, businesses, and governments. Other typical hacking methods include social engineering and malicious advertising, as well as botnets, browser hijackers, rootkits, Trojan horses, and worms. As a result, hacking has developed from youthful fun into a billion-dollar growth industry, and its supporters have built a criminal infrastructure that creates and distributes turnkey hacking tools to would-be thieves with less advanced technical abilities, referred to as script kids. Another instance is a widespread cybercrime operation that apparently targets Windows users and offers remote access to IT systems for just $10 via a dark web hacking store, giving attackers the potential to steal data, disrupt systems, use ransomware, and other things. Systems from Windows XP to Windows 10 are being offered for sale on the forum. The store owners even give advice on how users of unauthorized logins can avoid detection. In general, there are 4 reasons why hackers seek to break into computers and networks. There is illegal financial gain, which includes stealing credit card information or tricking banking systems. Next, some hackers are motivated by the desire to improve their street cred and reputation within the hacking community by leaving their mark on websites they vandalize as evidence that they were responsible for the breach. Then there is corporate espionage, in which hackers from one organization attempt to obtain information on the goods and services of a rival in order to acquire a competitive edge. Last but not least, entire countries participate in state-sponsored hacking to steal commercial and/or national intelligence, to undermine the infrastructure of their rivals, or even to foment unrest and uncertainty in the target nation. There is general agreement that similar assaults, including one on Forbes.com, were carried out by China and Russia. Additionally, the recent attacks on the Democratic National Committee, DNC, received a lot of media attention, particularly after Microsoft claimed that the hackers accused of hacking the DNC had taken advantage of previously unreported flaws in both Adobe Systems Flash and the Windows operating system. Cybercriminals can also be categorized into those who are driven by politics or other social issues. Such hacktivists, or hacker activists, aim to draw attention to a problem by bringing discredit onto the target, typically by making private material public. We also analyze hackers in another way. Do you recall the timeless old Western movies? White hats are good dudes. Black hats are the bad people. With white hat and black hat hackers, as well as a third group that falls somewhere in between, the cybersecurity frontier of today still has a Wild West feel to it. If a hacker is someone who has a thorough understanding of computer systems and software and who utilizes that knowledge to somehow undermine that technology, a black hat hacker does so with the intention of stealing valuables or for other evil purposes. Therefore, it is logical to assume that the black hats are motivated by any of the four listed above: stealing, reputation, corporate espionage, and nation-state hacking. On the other side, white hat hackers work to strengthen the protection of an organization's security systems by identifying weak spots so they may stop identity theft or other cybercrimes before the black hats are aware of them. According to a recent piece from the New York Times online edition, businesses even hire their own white hat hackers as part of their support team. Alternatively, companies can use services like HackerOne, which scan software for defects and vulnerabilities in exchange for a reward, to outsource their white hat hacking. Then there are the gray hat hackers, who employ their expertise to gain unauthorized access to systems and networks, just like the black hats. However, they might notify the target owner of their finding and offer to fix the vulnerability for a nominal charge rather than causing criminal mayhem. Prevention of hacking. Put concentric rings of security measures around your computer, tablet, or phone if it is the hacker's intended target. Anti-malware defense. Download a trustworthy anti-malware program or app for your phone first, one that can both identify and remove malware and prevent connections to dangerous phishing websites. Use apps with caution. Second, only download mobile apps from reputable stores like Google Play and Amazon App Store that keep an eye out for programs that include malware. Apple policy requires iPhone users to only download from the App Store. Take note of this. However, before downloading any program, always read the ratings and reviews. It is advised to stay away from an app if it has a low rating and few downloads. Safeguard your data. You should be aware that no bank or online payment system will ever email you to request your login information, social security number, or credit card details. A software update. Make sure your operating system is up to date whether you're using a computer, smartphone, or both. Additionally, update any other resident software. Browse attentively. Never download unconfirmed attachments, click on links in shady emails, or visit risky websites. For safer browsing, you may also use Malwarebytes Browser Guard. Protection for passwords. Every one of the aforementioned practices is good hygiene. The bad guys, however, are constantly hunting for new entry points into your system. They have apps that can access your other accounts if a hacker learns one of the passwords you use for several services. So utilize a password manager, make your passwords big and complex, and refrain from using the same one across many accounts. Because even one compromised email account can bring catastrophe upon you. It's important to note that no bank or online payment service will ever email you to request your login information, social security number, or credit card information. Phone hackers benefit from a variety of computer hacking techniques that are simple to apply to Android devices. Phishing is a well-established crime whereby offenders target specific people or members of large organizations in an effort to persuade them to divulge private information. In fact, phishing on a mobile internet browser certainly makes it simpler to impersonate a supposedly reliable website because it avoids the minor indications, such intentional misspellings, that you can spot on a desktop browser because a phone's address bar is smaller than a PC's. As a result, you click on the conveniently given link in the note from your bank urging you to log on to fix an urgent issue, enter your login information in the form, and the hackers have you. Business is rising for hackers with nefarious intentions. Major corporation ransomware attacks have received a lot of media attention in 2021. Some of these have received significant media attention, such the attacks on the Colonial Pipeline, JBS, the largest meat packer in the world, and the significant ferry operator Steamship Authority. In the wild, there are numerous ransomware gangs, ransomware-as-a-service vendors, and varieties of ransomware. Names like Conti, Ryuk, or GandCrab, for instance, could sound recognizable to you. Businesses are still at risk from Trojans, with TrickBot and Emotet among the most well-known. Malspam is used by Emotet, TrickBot, and GandCrab as their main infection vector. These dangerous spam emails spoof well-known businesses to fool your end users into opening malware-filled attachments or clicking malicious download links. In an intriguing development, Emotet has changed from being a standalone banking Trojan to a tool for distributing additional malware, including TrickBot and other banking Trojans. What transpires afterwards if hackers manage to access your network? For instance, Emotet crippled crucial systems in the city of Allentown, Pennsylvania, necessitating the assistance of Microsoft's incident response team to clear things up. The city spent $1 million on remedial expenses in total. GandCrab is equally terrible. A $300 million ransom has reportedly already been paid to the creators of the ransomware with the offensive moniker, with individual ransoms ranging from $600,000 to $700,000. That was for today. Thank you for staying with us. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel.